I didn't hear you knock. Oh, come into my establishment. Come in and see my waftam. You know what a waftam is? A waste of flaming time and money. I began collecting seriously when I gave up smoking. I suddenly found I had all this extra money, and I used to put 3 and threepence in the jar every day to remind myself of how much it was costing me. After a while, I stopped putting the 3 and threepence in the jar and just eased my conscience by saying, oh, well, then I'd buy another model aeroplane engine, and then I'd buy another model aeroplane engine. And it wasn't costing me anything because I would have been smoking it. The real joy collecting engines for me in many ways has been meeting all sorts of people, forming friendships all around the world, and doing the history, looking at an engine and saying what was that stage in the development of the engine. And of course, you can't collect without starting to be interested in the story. I suppose I should ham that up and say this is the very first engine that I ever owned. My pappy took us with, and all of that sort of nonsense. But there is a lot of sentimentality attached to it, and it is a splendid piece of technology for the time. 1946, the Pommies were getting back on their feet, and this is the Mills 1.3 that is now a collector's item, and this one probably, or equivalent of it, $200, $300, $400, $500, depends how much the man who wants it is prepared to pay. £8, 14 shillings and sixpence would have fed a family of 4 quite comfortably for a fortnight. It was far too much money to be spending on a toy, but then think about some of the other things that people spend their money on. Oh yes, I've got a few motors, as you can see. I've got a few. And with a bit of care, a little bit of TLC, almost all of them would go. Out of the 2,000 engines, how many would operate, somebody asked me. Well, I guess 3/4 of them would, if you were foolish enough to do it. The moment you run an engine, you run the risk of shoving a rod through the block or cooking it, or then it becomes, once you had $500 in your hand before, now you've got a piece of garbage. Bit more compression. Come on, come on. Now the time has come to give it up. 1, I'm 84 next time round. 2, I've lost the acquisitive urge. And 3, if I don't give it up now, it'll all finish up in the garbage, and that'd break my heart. Somebody said when a boy's model aeroplane takes to the skies, his spirit goes with it.